NAVI's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. NAVI's turn to ban. NAVI's turn to ban. Dire team ban. NAVI's turn to ban. Dire team ban. NAVI's turn to pick. Dire team pick.
Shadow Demon.
Dire team NAVI's turn to pick. NAVI's turn to ban.
Grimstroke. Riki.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NAVI's turn to pick.
10.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Disruptor.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NAVI's turn to pick.
Wraith King.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Wartooth.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NAVI's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NAVI's turn to Dire team pick.
Shadow Fiend.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes.
I'm
Prepare for battle.
yeah, they gave him Mars again. What the hell are these guys thinking? They're out of their damn minds. Jesus. We can hear you guys better, by the way, now. So shout out to WePlay production team. They're taking care of business. They're killing it. Yeah, you know, real quickly, just again, to revert back to that point I was making before, I made that tweet in a lane matchup of Mars Grimstroke versus Ricky Disruptor. That was the match where Mars went 11-0 and 12. 11-0 and 12. I feel like this is gonna be another stomp.
All right, pack it up, boys. You heard it here. There's nothing they can do. Pasha on the top lane, however, getting some retaliate stock charges for so far. When I see a Shadow Fiend lineup, I love to have a lot of, you know, stuns, disables, a lot of abilities that can set things up for the races. And now you have, like, Stampede, you have a Stomp from a Centaur, Glimpse, Shadow Demon Disruption, so there's a lot of those.
Yeah, it's a nice way to make that work at least and play around the Shadow Fiend. It feels like magical on a hero that's gonna have a much better time, hopefully, than the Quap is. I mean, it'd be hard not to, because he's a really talented player, but that's just it looks like a really rough matchup to play against, particularly if you haven't done it a couple times. And
if we check VTune's item build, he forgot Raid King is not an agility hero, but he already bought slippers. He's going for Raid Band. I see some pro players tend to shift like power treads into Agi for more efficient farming. The attack speed you get is better than the damage you get on the strength heroes. Could be the reason why he's going for it. First time I see it.
Yeah, just more chances there to crit out once he eventually retreats back to the jungle. So we'll watch out for that one for sure. Like Iceberg wasn't able to get any denies there with his big old tree. But yeah, Wraith King versus the Centaur down in the top lane. This feels like it's going to be a pretty not very interesting matchup. I guess, is bottom the main place that we got to look for kills?
You said it, Mars was 11-0. Let's just watch the bottom lane. But I also want to watch the mid lane. Iceberg is known to be playing different like mid heroes. And it's a melee against Shadowfin, so Shadowfin should be able to have more CS, and he brought a lot of mangoes already. Iceberg grabbing a tree. I'd say it was much easier for Tiny to play like a couple of patches ago. Yeah, this is not gonna happen.
Him so bad. Oh god, I'm sorry, General. This is my bad. I've been hyping him up, and then he gets killed first blood. No, Cost. What have I done?
Cursed him, that's the classic. But I'd say Navi has a much better draft than in game number 1.
What in particular are you really liking? Just like that there's not a free start game? Is that pretty much it? Or what do you think?
They have ways of dealing with enemy team fight. Like they have a lot of saves, they have a good catch. Ricky is just such a strong laner. And once he gets to the Fusel Blade, you need to be very careful. Both of these heroes don't have any kind of like escape mechanism. Yeah, you can put the Ink Swell, but once Ricky jumps you first from the Invis with Diff, you should die.
Bull gets off here, Aloha Dance. Get it? They do have just Kinetic Field leveled up for Disruptor. So if they do overextend again, there is that chance that Crystallize could find a way to punish. Has that Orb of Venom early on. So too does Mars. Bull gets off. Towards mid lane, we can kind of take a second look at this now. It does feel like Magical's just going to be trying to spam out these raises. Iceberg should be able to outlast hit him if straight up right-clicking battle.
I mean, Tiny, once he grabs a tree, he's not like a melee hero. He gets extra 200 range. So he's gonna get 350, so basically he's Morphling.
There you go. Pull back again, and up top. I mean, always want to fly should be fine here. I was expecting to see a headdress actually for the Chen, but just opting to go for that Blightstone to try and pressure Pasha back, I guess, is the main idea.
Chedris, Chandra's got nerfed over the last couple of patches on top of Divine Favor, so it's not that effective. But I would still prefer to go for it. This is definitely not a killer lane. Like, Wraith King gets 1 point in stun, that's it. You don't have a follow-up unless you take, like, higher level creep. You should be just playing passive in this lane, get a farm on Wraith King instead of trying to play aggressive. That lane so far so good for Tiny. Boots of Speed, Bracer, going for Rune, not gonna grab it. A bit too late.
Fortunate there. I would have loved to be able to at least get the deny on it, but does not happen. And Shadow Fiend can maybe use that to stack up his jungle a little bit if he wants. Always want to fly. A lot of damage, but not quite enough to bring down the Chen. Be able to take over that Alpha Wolf. He's gonna spend a little bit of time taking care of himself now, maybe. You bring down the Courier. Courier going down. All right. So it looks like this lane stage is not nearly as tragic as it was last time around for Navi. Like you're saying, it feels like just out of the bat, they're having a better time of it.
It couldn't get worse than the last game, I would say. They just completely lost all 3 lanes. Iceberg bringing a bottle on a mid lane, so he should be able to refill this right bounty rune. Aloha Dance is just gonna pick it up.
Iceberg bottling up while keeping Magical a little bit back. Avalanche, but there's the illusion rune. It comes out. Continued trade up of the raises. It's a toss, but no real follow-up after the fact. And one last raise. My God, that was close. Iceberg almost going down. Now the Phantoms embrace the Inkswell afterwards. Disruptor moves in, and he is gonna go down, dead. Toss, not able to land it onto Magical. The Glimpse back, pulls in Aloha Dance. Now he's in some trouble. Magical, does he have enough mana for one last raise? He's about to right there. Gets the final hit, and
very nice play from Magical. Yeah, he used the Clarity, so you either need to like go back and hit him, and then you're gonna be in extra 2 hit range. And there was also Bassi mana regen, so he got enough mana for our raise. How's Mars doing? 26 CS, Ricky 25. You praise General so much. I want to see more of him. What can he do? The problem is, like, Tiny wants to play aggressive, and he's nowhere as good as he was as a mid laner. Like, you get a Bracer or 2, you would get extra magic resistance before. His tree grab is not as strong as before. One of the reasons why he's not being picked that often as a mid laner.
Yeah, it's definitely worse than it was, and I think that you're seeing like one of the downsides, obviously, of playing against the Shadow Fiend if you are this melee hero. You know, and if you do have that like slightly longer than normal extended melee range, you can still get just bursted down by this raise combo. And Magical now with a fairly substantial lead as far as the CS and levels go to some extent. Well, Iceberg picks up a haste rune. He's gonna actually have to walk back now. That's
This is the best rune you can get on Tiny. But I want to see some kind of rotation for the back toss. With the haste, it's easy to set things up on Shadowfiend, and Shadowfiend, one of the easiest skills you can get in the game. Shadowfiend already level 7, farming. I think that was a 4 stack in the jungle. Another pause.
Fly. Take some time for himself here. He's actually gotten fairly farmed himself. Obviously no boots, but I think that this is a headdress that's coming out to him.
I can read this one. It says courier. Courier.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The hell?
Lekarstva привезли. Lekar means a doctor, or no, it does.
Okay. What are they saying?
Yeah, now he's saying Sim, Corona. This is Corona.
Corona.
Yeah.
Get away! Run!
Seems like something's happening.
What's going on?
Seems like something serious is happening. I'm not trolling right now. I'm 100% serious.
Something serious is going on.
Nasha Mukeri, I think that means our dog. I could be wrong, but I could read a bit of Cyrillic, and I know some of the Russian words.
Okay. That's scary. Well,
I don't know what that is, but I can understand some can't get what's happening in the context, but I could read a couple of the words.
Chen's courier is not moving right now, so I'm wondering if he's having some like binding issues with this courier, maybe? I don't know. Hard to tell, but Slayer in the meantime gets a big old crit to the face. Beats giving him the tip afterward. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting.
Dire's top tower.
I'm wondering. Okay, there's more talking going on. We need some translators in chat. That's clearly what needs to happen.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Actually, I guess we have a production team out there. Can our production team let us know what's happening?
He says skoro bude, which means it's gonna be soon. I don't know what's gonna be soon, but something.
Yes, that's gonna be soon. General bottom. Oh, wasn't quite able to get that God's Rebuke pushback. And Sal, not enough. Not enough. Lane, Iceberg. There is the haste. Oh, he misses the toss. Love to get that one.
This is the rotation I was talking about, but they needed a back toss to the tower to get a kill.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Now V2's courier goes down again. That's what the issue was. Their couriers kept dying.
Radiant's
I don't think it's
tower is under
something
attack.
you would all chat about.
No.
Invisibility.
Magical. Level 9. 4 and 0 so far. And well, it looks fairly even across all of the net worths, relatively speaking. Are you looking for more information about what the heck's happening?
Yeah, I'm looking at chat. People are just calling me a liar.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, though, it doesn't result in any extra issues for these players. As General gone on yet again. You push it back. Another round of the spear is available if he needs to use it. Iceberg showing up. Great jump away, though, with the tricks of the trade and Crystallize. The blink strike out afterwards. Easy peasy. They're baiting that sentry super hard.
Tiny rotated back to mid. Shadowton will just continue to farm the jungle, and when the lane comes to the mid tower, we'll shove it out with the double raises.
General, oh, he's gonna miss that spear as well, and well, that is really rough. Crystallize will get stunned, but there is no tower aggro onto him. Still one more creep left alive. Man, I have never caster cursed somebody this hard. I was all about it earlier.
0-3-0. Maybe he's going for a reverse 11-0, huh?
Possibility. Definitely a possibility. That tweet, and let's see Navi now down bottom again, thinking about getting aggro. Always want to fly is here with General and Aloha dances. They want to battle for these bounty runes, and looks like they'll be able to pick up a couple of them, although Slayer sneaky on the backside, able to take one away.
So Shadowfin will go for like this right-click damage build where you get drums into BKB so you can stand your ground and fight. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity. One of the reasons why he's going for it. Rotation on the bottom lane. Chen with a couple of creeps. He's only level 5 at the moment, so there's no Hand of God. Ricky, however, dishes serious amount of damage in a short period of time. Level 7.
He can definitely jump. Cause some issues that
He says sorry. He's
Pasha?
Aloha dance.
What did Pasha say?
Все, which means all. I don't know what the other word is.
All good? Is that what he's saying? Probably. It's all good.
No, I would say все нормально or все okay, but все нетко. I don't know. I spend a lot of time playing with my Russian comrades in pubs, so you'll learn a couple of words.
Dig it. I always think that it's so interesting. Like, so I used to play chess a lot. And when I went traveling through Europe a little bit, I played against this German guy. And it was super interesting, like playing a game against somebody that doesn't speak English, but you can learn so much about somebody just from playing against a game against them, you know? And I feel like that's the same in Dota, where like you learn a lot about people like just by playing against them, even if you don't speak the same language. Freaking love it.
How's that even connected to Russian language or Cyrillic? Gabe, get your stuff together. I mean, I know the game is paused, but...
What do you mean? You're all Euros, right? That's the way it goes.
Yeah, for you, yeah. I mean, when we talk about America, we usually don't say that we're going to a specific state. Most of the people I know. But those that kind of know the geography of United States, you say the specific one.
I was meaning more in terms of like just in general the different languages that exist across. I guess they exist in the outside world. What if Dota had its own language? What do you think that would be? Chat wheels?
No, chat wheels is fine.
Beating. Man, I am I'm feeling like this is Navi striking back in a big bad way. This game is super good for them.
In terms of net worth, the game pretty even, but they still didn't get a single kill, which could be demoralizing.
Hear me typing?
No.
Okay. Sometimes I have a really loud keyboard. I was messaging the admins to find out what's happening with stuff. It is very interesting to just see all these conversations going on. This always happens when I was staying up late. Unique build by VTune. Okay. Wait, what? What is he saying?
Well, I've stopped reading it, and chat doesn't believe me anymore since I lied about Battle Pass.
That's what happens. You get owned.
But cost and lyrical.
Cost and lyrical. It's a good one. I like the lyrical personally. That's another one that's pretty good. I feel like this is transcended from just giving information about what's happening to them just memeing each other a little bit, probably. You know, is there any bad blood between these two at all, or are they pretty okay? Pray for Chen. Oh my god. What's happened to Chen? Oh no. Always want to die in real life. It's dangerous. What's happened?
All right, we have people coming back into the game. Still don't know what the problem is.
All right. Well, he's playing Dota, so it can't be too serious. Hopefully. All right. Mars ulti immediately pops out, only hits onto Ilias, who does have his level 6 if he wants to throw that down, and wow, that went bad. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They pulled in VTune, but that is, oh no. VTune, no. They pull him in and he just goes down again. Oh God. FlyToMoon, are they going to get any kills? Are they going to lose their Wraith King? They are. Can he live? They have disruption afterwards, but it looks like they're going to back out as Big Bad Iceberg shows up.
That poppy pause for what? So that you can lose 3 heroes and breaking ulti? Oh man, it's this. Suddenly it's a 2k network lead for Navi.
Yeah,
and meanwhile on the top lane, like Pasha took out the tower. У меня packet loss 50. So packet loss is the problem.
Okay. That explains it, you know, that move down bottom. Wow. Unbelievable. 8-0 start. The lanes were like kind of looking okay as far as just trade-off of farm, but that rotation bottom, that one really hurt.
Let's roll. Game unpaused.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Others want to fly. Hoping to able to replicate some of that success of last game. I mean, I guess that there still is the strength that you have from FlyToMoon of like Wraith King getting super duper farmed up. Like, this is a scary hero if you can get to the late game.
To just get to the late game, but he needs to address his item build. Problem is you're playing against the Fuse Blade on Riki, which is going to come up pretty soon, so your mana will be burned. I mean, you don't care about your ulti if you're using it like this. So he can burn all your mana, you don't have it.
Point. There you go. I mean, I guess the other sort of thing that's going to help him get to that late game would be Blink Dagger on Tiny, which is coming soon. General throws out the arena, gets the spear on the one, but will eventually pop to the Shadow Demon ultimate. And Iceberg just wanting to stay on target, but it is not going to happen.
Radiant's middle tower.
Disruptor is so good. Holy Toledo.
Well, you praised General. He is 0-5 and 0 this particular matchup. His best hero, you said. What happened, Gabe?
I don't know what happened. Stop bullying me, Lacoste. It's not my fault. But their internet's going down. That's the problem, clearly. I think Navi came up with some really good answers in this game so far, from what we've seen. Like, obviously, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination, but it feels like Navi came into this with a plan of how to deal with the General Mars, and they see absolutely everybody right here with Crystallized. All the vision in the world. And the jump in, coming, Riki, Cloud, onto a couple. Just forces them back. That ensures that Magical should be able to take down this tier 1 tower.
But Chen just used Recall on Tiny, who is sitting next to him. Some weird stuff happening in this game. But they took the...
Like, I'm done with this game mode. I'm frustrated.
That's when you type minus disable help.
Okay.
So tier 1 tower down. They will continue to pressure Riki, getting closer to his Diffusal Blade. Shadowfin going straight into BKB after this one, which is kind of a must-have against the lineup that FlyToMoon has.
Dire are scanning.
Armlet. So, and smoke up. Gonna summon his skeletons probably, and then maybe try and rejoin his team again since they don't have the Chen pull-in. Or, nope, V-Tune's just gonna farm some more. Okay. Fine. Lane. Player, not a super appetizing target for FlyToMoon. But they gotta take what they can get. Oh my god. Dude, disruption. Everybody else shows up. Butt spear into his face. Now Magical going out with the Requiem of Soul. Slayer's not even gonna die. Oh god. Run away. Static Storm is down. They're controlling the Chen. They pull back in Aloha Dance one by one by one. They are losing these heroes. Crystallize has another Blink Strike forward. Magical with the double kill. 4,000 gold lead. This is, whew.
It's looking rough.
Yeah.
How's Tiny looking at? 400 gold away from a Blink Dagger. By the point he gets it, like, who does he play with? That's my concern. That everyone's gonna be tanky enough to survive the initial combo, besides maybe Disruptor.
Is under attack.
Yep, and he does go down there, so that's a nice pickup. Iceberg almost got his Essence Ring stolen by the Riki, but Buzz couldn't quite get there in time. A nice little start to this one for Navi, and as you mentioned, even those avenues of trying to catch back into this game, like the Tiny Blink Dagger, they're not really providing the same formidable effect that they would have in other games. Everybody's already super farmed.
Under attack. Radiant structures are
Tier 1 tower on the mid dropping low. Like, it still is the most important tower in the game, not as important as it was before, but still, you need to take it. Problem is, like, you're playing Raking into Diffusal Blade, and they have a ton of vision. Like, you have Thunderstrike, you have Centaur, using Stampede offensively, Riki scouting teams out, so Disruptor will always get the good glimpses back.
Yeah, and I mean, the panel did talk about the idea of the Mars ulti being a good answer for that Stampede away, but you need that initiation item in general, which just not very close to at all.
Yeah, when you think about it, Mars Arena is considered as a counter to a Stampede. You catch them inside, they can't get out.
Yeah, and that could be pretty nice for them, but they need more farm on their heroes before that's going to really work. Well, Na'Vi together again. They do have a smoke if they want to use it. It's like they will. Crystallized Slayer and Ilias. They can kill just about anybody on the map right now. Just depends on who they run into. And hey, lo and behold, there's General. Maybe. All right, now he moves over. And there's the Disruptor. They pull him back over to the side. Attack Storm down, muted, and done.
7 out of those 11. Man, General is having a really rough time.
Dire's top tower.
They're just playing the bottom lane. You need to have someone on the map that dies. Usually it's your either position 4 or 5. Chen completed mech 18 minutes in. I love that Raid King is adjusting his item build, going for straight into Deso, so that he can fight with the team. Like, he dishes him out a lot of damage with this build.
And they know that Roche is being taken, but in that time, you're able to get a tier 2 tower at the very least on FlyToMoon. And BO3 is the most farmed hero in the entire game. So, you know, he's starting to get up there. You maybe get up to that level 20 talent. Suddenly, the mana that's being taken away from you matters a little bit less than it would have otherwise. That could be a chance.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to play into mana burn, but it's not a Phantom Lancer. You know, all these illusions burning 40 mana per hit. Do they have mana boots, any kind of mana regen item? They don't. Okay, Chen has Arcane Ring. Budget mana boots.
Dude needs to get rid of his Pulling Blade and buy some freaking mangoes. Real answer. Cost, it is almost that 20-minute mark, and it looks like outposts being held 1 for each team. I don't know, do you think that this is still like as dominant as it was looking in the early goings? I kind of feel like FlyToMoon have some of the ways to sort of take a fight now if it's somewhat even terms. Am I completely delusional?
I still feel like it's the same. Mars is not having a game. Tiny still needs another like item to take a fight. He is tanky, going for damage, Echo Saber, so depends who he jumps. Like, ideally you want to jump either Shadow Demon or Disruptor with 1 extra following up spell. You should be able to get a kill on those. But look at the Pasha, what he's building. No blink, pipe straight into Heaven's Halberd.
Oh, whoa, General gets recalled in by Always Wanna Fly, but then they get the glimpse on Always Wanna Fly, and now he dies. And Mars just runs the hell away, because there was no chance that was going to work out for him. But yeah, they take that kill, and now probably going to take the tier 2 tower.
It's being pinged out, Chen out in 10 seconds.
Middle tower is under attack.
This is kind of a game that FlyToMoon needs to play. Play the bottom lane with the Chen creeps or just Skellies. Try to put some pressure. And they know. You can see Ilias planting a vision that they can see who's going to go to the bottom lane.
That's nice. That's what you want to do. I mean, there still is a tier 2 tower that they can TP to, but regardless, that's the way to play. So they get the Blink Dagger done on B2 now. Iceberg has his Blink Dagger, not quite Echo Saber. Looks like they're going to try and find a smoke out. Crystallize is who they run into right at the start. Envision, Silence is there, Avalanche. They have the detection, they do, but Tricks in the Trade for the walk away, and Na'Vi are out.
FlyToMoon still wants to play aggressive. Like, you don't expect this kind of a play. They know they're playing from behind. They're playing into Aegis, also that's not the target that you want to find.
I got word from the admins, by the way, that apparently the players were just joking and there was nothing serious going on.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Dire's
Otherwise, it would have been like joking and laughing while like a tragedy. That wouldn't have been good. Regardless,
Dire's bottom tower
now pressure into the mid lane. They know that bottom is where all of Navi is. They're going to try and get these other lanes pushed out before they get prepared for a defense of their high ground.
Radiant's middle tower is under
That's
attack.
what the game is called.
Defense
You
of the high
defend,
ground.
yeah, you defend your ancient glimpse back.
Oh, run.
Radiant's top tower is under
Okay.
attack.
Okay, so I believe he dispelled it with Manta style.
Oh, he dodged it. Nice.
Yes.
Pretty sick player. Wait, was that Iceberg? Oh, jump in.
I believe
Toss
it
back.
was.
They got him caught. The hoof stomp afterwards. They're going on the tankiest hero in the freaking world, but the crits are going to be enough to find the kill, so they get one. Centaur in exchange for the Tiny now going to be able to find the Fear pushback. But they make it work. They find a kill and now chasing for more. VTune, he's mad as hell. Oh, but then another glimpse.
The glimpse is such a powerful spell. Look at the vision that they're placing. They see everything behind tier 2 tower. They see everything where tier 1 tower was standing. And you don't expect these kind of wards, so these are not gonna get deported. And it's also... Okay, they deported this one. Pretty smart.
Bunch of cool guys. All right, Aegis down. VTune. They know that these heroes are here. It's a 5,000 gold lead, but
Dire are
they at
scared.
least have found a way to sort of make a life for themselves in this game. Oh my god, V2 just blinked on top of Ilias, but I think he even caught him off guard because he didn't throw his stun out.
He surprised himself, like, guys, I found him, what do I do? He forgot to use his stun, but there was no time.
Pressure down bottom, V2 getting closer and closer to that level 20 talent. You haven't really seen them be able to take a forceful fight against the Wraith King yet and bring him down. But if he can get to that AC in time, it could be a big changer. Iceberg? Way, but Ilias trying to get vision. Can they maintain it? No. Done. Right click. Spear afterwards. Oh, good cloud though, and that stops the Centaur. Hook stops from going in. That was really nice. Now they pull back in VTune. He's not getting his mana drain quickly enough. He's gonna die, but then he's coming back in a second for round 2. Meanwhile, General hits a giant arena onto all of these heroes. BKB coming out from Magical. Everybody else trying to walk away. They've already lost that Disruptor. Always want to fly, getting low. Not gonna die. Another fight, you know, quote unquote won by FlyToMoon as Iceberg just jumps in. He finds Slayer, toss up in the air. He's gonna get pulled in.
Spear.
Kills
Not even
off.
needed.
Really done.
So next Roche may respawn in 15 seconds, and as you said, it's another win for FlyToMoon, even though net worth is still staying the same, but they are fighting back.
The thing that's so frustrating, it's like Kuro was saying in the other interview that they had, like, these fights you win, but then the net worth just doesn't change. Like, it's pretty much where it was before. You don't get that return gold that you used to.
And when you're playing Raid King, you have so much to look forward to. Like, oh man, I'm gonna get the level 18, I'm gonna get this next item, then I'm gonna get to level 20, no reincarnation mana cost, then another item. So you're happy all the time when you're playing Raid King.
Is that how that works?
It is.
I always feel like I just never get those things. It's like, oh, maybe in the future I could get it. No?
You don't have the right mentality, Gabe.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Even though you are very happy, you're the happiest guy I know. I swear to God, I've never seen you neither angry nor sad.
Angry nor sad. So nice. Just like VTune's farm. You see that transition? That was pretty.
Oh, that was pretty neat. Raid King found Orb of Destruction, Titan Sliver, some very nice items dropping that for FlyToMoon. Where's that?
I think he
that
sent
orb?
it back, and it's coming to the courier for him, right?
Yeah, it's coming.
Damn. So the minus armor is going to be insane. AC, Deso, Orb of Destruction, and I mean, you look at this, like Shadow Fiend normally sometimes goes for like one of those AC type of items himself, hasn't gone for it. So they don't have the most ridiculous armor in the world right now.
Also Solar Crest on Mars. So if they can like see the Roche that is gonna spawn, but Navi's already checking the Roche pit with the courier. Bulldog helping them out. That's a very nice looking courier. I love it.
Creepy looking. Is it? It's like if Pudge was a courier, it was a pug, right?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Pudge plus Bat.
So yeah, a little bit of posturing around the area for the Roche pit. Slayer is pushing out the bottom lane. You know, maybe we see FlyToMoon try and go again the push down bottom so it can force somebody away from Navi. But Magical, in his own right, does a ton of damage. Daedalus done, along with the BKB, going back for the Satanic next.
Definitely needs Satanic to hold his ground and fight. Like once your BKB is down, Ray can get the top, he can get it off.
My God, the crit damage, but he doesn't manage to quite finish the deal. He turns it back around now. Always want to fly Chen heal, and Hand of God gets out before the disruption silences out. So far, FlyToMoon somewhat living through this one. Continue chase down. They want to try and find Magical, but they can't quite get it. And now Pasha controlling. Reincarnation, round 2, turns on to Ilias, just going to try and beat into him, but the disarm is there. This Heaven's Halberd putting in a ton of work. Finally, he's going to be able to finish off Magical there. The big bad Wraith King eventually is going to die.
Sadly, he does not have a buyback at the moment. Ricky's still chasing. There is a sentry.
Avalanche toss, and the spear comes through right at the end, latching on to Pasha. Dude, FlyToMoon have somehow been able to find their way back into this game. He tries to juke around the corner. Hoof Stomp going to be interrupted by that silence.
What's all this on a Fly doing? Like, he's recalling Tiny, who's standing next to him. He did not disable to help.
Dude, he's just so happy. He's just like, we're winning. I'm going to recall you. But Pasha now also in some trouble. Slayer. Okay, interrupting. Silence going to hit. Kill coming out their way. Dude, it is going to be 18 to 9.
Insane comeback.
This is going to be 18 to 9, but those 9 kills have all been in the last couple of minutes, and FlyToMoon are looking pretty.
Wraith King, he can easily two-shot supports if he gets on top of them. Like, there is Disruptor with the Ghost Scepter, there is Shadow Demon with the Ghost Scepter, and they don't have ways of dispelling that, but this is when Tiny comes through. He also has Spider Legs, so he can be very mobile in the team fights, cutting into backline.
Well,
problem is, without Wraith King, they can't take Roche. But here it comes.
Then we're on the other side. Crystallize is here. They realize that it's being taken, but look at how quickly it's dropping. I don't think they can get there in time. It happens too quick.
That's -5, -5, -6, 16 armor just from the Wraith King. Not too bad.
Not at all. Picks up the cheese. Who's taking the Aegis? Give it to Iceberg. And Tiny has 4,000 gold right now. Dude, he's working on a BKB after finishing the AC. They are so stacked up. And now it's a 2,000 gold lead back the other way, FlyToMoon. That 4,000 net worth rule, it's not working. They've been able to come back.
We're saying that you can't make a comeback in this patch. Everything is possible.
And of course, the person that made it all possible, General, just gonna get back on the train again. Oh, I'm sorry, I've done enough hyping him up recently.
Like, sometimes you need to think outside of the box, and General is doing that this game. Like, not going for a blink dagger. He understands, I blink him, what happens then? Like, so he just goes for Solar Crest, tanks up, gets all the talents for tanking up, even has Dragon Scale. So he's sitting at, what, 34 armor when standing near the tier 3 tower. And going for Heaven's Halberd. Great against Shadow Fiend, great against Ricky.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Look at this, like all of the rest of Navi are on the other side of the map. VTune is just alone top pushing, and nobody can touch him. Look at this dude. This tower is gonna get like 7 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, that doesn't count. That was a glyph. Unbelievable. All right, we're on 3, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh!
Radiant's top tower.
Dude, that's good stuff right there. Hit it right. Toss. V-Tune is a monster.
He is, man. I've been impressed the way he's been playing. Like his Slark performance today and yesterday. Also, it looked like
the tower.
the things were not looking good for them. Glem's back. Where's the team? Tiny being recalled. This time it's allowed.
Dude, what is happening? He just died for no reason. He still has the cheese available, but the soul catcher, Force Staff doesn't work when you're purged, my dude.
Zoning off from Disruptor.
Now they're gonna be able to walk away. Glimpse pulls him back in, eats the cheese. Round 2, can they kill him? Requiem of Souls going to come out. He's dead. Oh my God, FlyToMoon, what is happening? How do you guys do this? Always want to fly is gonna die. Iceberg being chased down. He's got the Aegis. Blink away, not in time. Another toss is maybe his only option, but they will control and they'll kill him, and it might be twice. Can he get the blink out?
Blink is ready, plus spider legs.
Run away! Spider.
It's a spider rock.
Oh, he's not getting out.
I mean, you're playing against half spider, half centaur. I mean, half... what is that animal? My brain stopped working. Half human, half bull. I don't know.
Horse.
It's horse.
Dude, I don't know what just happened. Why was V2 just hitting the tower with no team behind him? They're crazy. These guys are insane.
Well, that's one way to give enemy a comeback potential. Didn't have BKB yet. He definitely needs it. Like, even though it's not the item that you want to build on Raid King, but still need against the Glimpse, against like Ricky's smoke screen, any kind of stun. Heaven's Halberd, you need to pop it before.
Under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
The only way that they can do it, but now with Wraith King back up again, it looks like Navi not wanting to push their luck that much further forward and back out again. I don't know what items make either of these teams feel super safe. Like, it just feels as if both sides can kill each other no matter what.
So what are you suggesting? Just don't get any items?
Just don't get caught? I don't know. Maybe? Save for buyback? Not really sure.
Even with them dying there, they still couldn't achieve anything. Shadow Fiend has +2 damage per soul, Presence Aura affect buildings. Still, they managed to defend it. Who has buyback? Only 3 heroes with buyback right now.
That can be really important when heroes take towers so rapidly. Ooh, tiny Aghanim Scepter.
It's been a while. Yep.
Ooh, what do you think of it?
I love it. I mean, I love carry Tiny, but seems like Tiny shifted towards position 4 or position not being picked nor banned. Definitely the item that can turn things around. You just need to be fighting in a correct space. Sadly, you don't have Nature's Prophet to summon the trees for you.
Hey.
You still get the Echo Saber slow proc, but it doesn't like get the second hit. It's just the AoE slow.
So, I mean, as we just see the trees get thrown around there, what was it that really changed that took this out of the meta? Because it feels like it still does the same amount of damage that it used to some extent.
I believe it was 10-second cooldown. Now it's 15, but like all the nerfs to Tiny, overall, he's been nerfed every single patch pretty much.
Okay. Watch out, the barrage. Avalanche. Oh, good.
Almost killed Ricky.
So much damage. Jump in, hoof stomp onto 2. That's a big one. Grimstroke going to live just barely by the skin of his teeth. V-Tune thinking about turning back around. They have another tree volley. Careful, careful. Oh my God.
Not enough trees.
He needs more trees. Clearly. Are they going to stick around and try and take this tier 3 tower? Good disruption there. V-Tune gets the blink out afterwards, but the Glimpse pulls him back in. This is what you get for walking in. Might get taken down. Hand of God. Living. The walk away.
Not ready. You see what Shadow Demon is doing? Using Disruption on Braid King for some extra damage, and they get the free AC from the illusions. Like the tower gets it, so it stays alive.
Good attack attempt there to force staff, but Loha Dance will eventually go down dead. Yeah, that part's pretty cool. Got a lot. So 22-9 right now with a 3,000 gold lead. Still not leaving this top lane, and with the rest of them coming in, I mean, they don't have Grimstroke, but hoof stomp there onto 2, giving them the clap afterwards. All the Chen creeps are dying, but they're still all in position here to try and take this fight.
Grimstroke, no buyback on him. I feel like they should try to wait. Centaur's too tanky to kill unless Raid King jumps on him.
I mean, it definitely feels like they're waiting for somebody from Navi to just step too far forward. Magical is over here with an Invis rune. And is he going to reveal himself slightly? Oh, good blink away.
Blink on blink action.
With the outplay, and now Magical with this Invis rune. Okay, gonna pop that Requiem of Souls, goes out, connects onto the Mars. Iceberg completely isolated. B2 trying to turn onto somebody, but this fight has gone completely awry. They need to get the hell out of here. B2 and BKB trying to walk at Slayer. He just disrupts himself. And I think that B2's just dead again.
If he saved BKB for after, he could have tried to TP out, even though there is a ton of damage. Also, Tiny has spider legs. Like, you cut down the trees when you're running, so you can't be using tree volley, but that's the best tier 3 items he could get. Like, what is there? Click. Spider legs, Titan Sliver. Yeah. Like, your base damage gets increased. I think he should swap it. And Tiny has a ton of base damage, so what is 16% on top of 240? That's like 40 extra damage, and now you have a crit on top of that, plus a tree volley.
Dire's middle tower.
Valuing the maneuverability that you get from Spider Legs, but now they have to hold their base with no V-Tune, at least for the next 40 seconds. A 5,000 gold lead yet again, going back the other direction. And the seesaw of Dota 2 that we don't often see nowadays, but it's much appreciated. See a little bit of a back and forth one. Gonna turn out looking like it's in Navi's favor, at least for the moment. Clear pushback, Iceberg heads into the trees, gonna throw him out now. Trying to beat him into Magical, but this is gonna likely be another tier 3 tower just taken. Have the silence down, kinetic field as well, protecting them. The ghetto Mars arena, if you will. But Stampede, runaway, and done.
Just in case. So that nothing bad happens, they took 2 melee Rexes, Roche just spawned. So that's a refresher, Cheese and Aegis. They know there's no Stampede. I feel like FlyToMoon should go straight into Roche Pit and try to take it. Also, there is an outpost, so they might be afraid of someone trying to TP and backstab them. But they're not going to reveal themselves.
Radiance
Disruptor, Creep, or rather Courier goes in, but look at how fast this goes down.
So quick.
Oh, they can't get there in time. They can't get there in time, I don't think, but maybe a hoof stomp, jump in, stun on it too. Is it going to be good enough? They're trying to find that kill. Shen is dead right at the start. Oh man, the BKB, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Turning now onto the side general. He's silenced, couldn't even get the arena off. Crystallized, sort of under control, actually blinks in, and that soul binds them together. B2 and Ricky dies. One last hit. So they take down Ricky. This is going to be the first life of V-Tune, and the second one is
Soul
so
Catcher.
much shorter. Unbelievable. Aloha Dance trying to walk away. TP out. Is it going to be enough? No. They also control Iceberg. They're going to be able to barely get out.
But sadly, V-Tune does not have a buyback, so you can't come back into the fight. They needed 1 second. If they kept hitting it, they would have killed it. But the nice blink in from Pasha.
That was such a clutch move. Or if they had just like one hero outside to break the blink dagger.
GG.
And then they're done. Damn. Going to a game 3. Navi, pull it out in this one. Super duper solid showing. Man, Lacoste. I mean, was that kind of what you were expecting after they lost the Roche?